Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had a flashlight but not enough batteries to make the thing work? Today I'm going to show you how to make this flashlight work using one less battery. Now, without digging too deep into the technicalities of it all, I understand that preppers and survivalists should always carry a flashlight on them. I get that, and I do practice that very much. But I'm using this as a real world kind of application. Maybe you're visiting family member, maybe you're in some situation where you lost your flashlight and maybe you scavenged a flashlight. Maybe you come across this in the zombie apocalypse or whatever it may be. But now you found 2 of the 3 batteries that it takes to run this light, or you found 1 of the 2 batteries it takes to run a light. So let's go ahead and let me show you how we can make this light work using 1 less battery. We are here on the drum top, and I apologize, it does look a little darker out now. I had a bad storm move over top, and as you can see on the drum, we got water, so I did get rained out for a minute. I want to talk a little bit about how you make a flashlight like this work when you don't have all the batteries. Now, as you can see, the light does work. It is a functioning light, and this is a 144 lumen light, I believe it is, the Coleman Max. So let's go ahead and open this up and remove 1 of the batteries. Some of these are generally a little easier to pull out than others. I think this one will come out okay. And there's my battery. Putting the light back together. And as you can see, I don't have any light. So in hurricane situations and different type of scenarios, sometimes you encounter a flashlight, but then you don't have all the batteries you need to actually run the unit. So how do we fix that? So I'll set this off to the side for a moment. And today we're going to fix that with a piece of aluminum foil. Now what you want to do is just grab any section of aluminum foil that you may have handy and set it down like so. And what I'm going to do is just make a mark on the aluminum foil just slightly longer than what the battery length is. So I'll bump it out just a little bit and put a scratch mark in it. Come up again and put 1 more scratch mark. And that way I know where I'm going to be folding this at. So I fold it on the first over to the second line that I made and just smooth that right out. I'm going to fold it back over itself and then flatten it out once more. And I have a little bit of excess here, which is not a problem. All I'm going to do is just fold that over just to neaten it up. And now at this point what you do is you just start to roll the aluminum foil over itself. So all I'm doing is just making simple folds. Now I do apologize, this might be a little bit hard to see. But as you can see there, what I'm doing is just folding it right over itself like that. Now once I get a couple folds, what I want to do is stand it up and just kind of mash down on it, because I want to round this out a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of crush down on it. You can see it's kind of slightly round in shape. And then instead of folding it over itself, I'm now rolling it over, but I'm still mashing down on it because I want it to begin to take a cylindrical shape. I'm just rolling it. I'm just continuing to roll. This is a little tedious, I know. You can see how that's kind of taking shape now. Just rolling it over itself. Now, one thing you do want to make sure that when you're doing this is you never want to go bigger in diameter than the actual flashlight battery is itself. The reason being is because then you may have some difficulties getting it to fit in these slots if you have a channel like this, like you're trying to get it in. So if you make it too big, obviously it won't go down in there, it won't make good contact. So we're getting pretty close to the actual size of the battery at this point. It may actually be where we need to be. So what I'm going to do is just tear off the excess. And I'm just taking one more measurement. And as you can see, I'm a lot longer, because sometimes when you're rolling it, it'll actually taper outwards and you end up with this kind of excess up here. So what I need to do is I need to trim off a little bit down here, but I don't want to go to the same length as the battery. I actually want to be slightly longer than the battery, because we're going to have to smash down on it. We want this to be good and flat on the bottom. All right, didn't mean to cut the film there, but I wanted to grab my knife out of my pocket. This is just a regular, like a SOG Flash, regular EDC knife that I have. And it is getting dark on me pretty quickly, so hopefully you guys can still see this. So what I want to do is trim off just a little bit down here. So I'll mark it with my finger and maybe trim off about 1/4 inch or so. Now this will vary from person to person, and scissors would definitely be easier to use than this, but I'm trying to use the typical stuff that you would carry. Most of us would have an EDC knife of some sort, and I don't recommend you trying to cut aluminum with your knife, but you know, if you're in a survival situation, you're going to use what you have. All right, so I tore that off. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty. And so now we have a rolled piece of aluminum foil. So I want to take this end and just kind of hammer down on it, because I want it to be flat on the bottom. And now what I'm going to do is insert this into my flashlight and just press it in there. So now I have a battery, and a roll of aluminum foil. We're going to insert that into our flashlight, and we have light. So the thing about it is you don't have the same intensity, you don't have the same lumens as you would have if you had 3 batteries in there. So if this is 100, and let's say for the sake of argument, this was 150 lumen light, you know, you might knock this down to 80 lumens or 75 lumens or something like that. So it is bright, it's pretty bright. And as you can see, I still have the original battery right here. And so this is running off of 2 batteries and a piece of aluminum foil. I'm gonna cut it off, unscrew it, and there you see the aluminum foil inside. 1 battery, 2 batteries, aluminum foil. Right into the light one more time. I don't want anybody to think I'm doing any trickery here, but I'm just trying to illustrate that it does work. It is effective. The light is bright. And if you had nothing but 2 batteries and you needed 3, this will definitely give you plenty of light to see where you're going and what you're doing. I'll try to roll in a little bit of night footage on this, It won't be as extensive as some of my other video testing, but I do want to show that it does produce a decent amount of light with one less battery. This is going to be the night portion of this test, I guess. Here's the battery that was originally in it, and here's the flashlight. I'm going to put this off to the side and open this up so you guys can see it and see that there's like no trickery or anything that I'm doing. So I'll pull this out. See, there's one battery. There's the aluminum foil. There's the other battery. So 1, 2, 3. Put that back in. I'm going to try to keep the flashlight in frame as much as I can so it doesn't seem like I'm being sneaky about anything. And you can see the hot spot that I left there on that post. I'll turn it off, and the light you're seeing now is what's on top of the camera. This is from the flashlight. You can see the tree back there in the background. That second tree back there that I talk about, you can see it as well. I'll cut the one off on top of the camera. And this is what you're seeing is me. So you can still see there's a good hot spot. You can see that it illuminates me very well. Again, the post, the tree. It works, guys. It really does. This is something that you can use for an emergency situation. I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time. But if you had to have something, some light is better than no light at all, and actually this produces very, very good light. I got 2 strong AAA batteries in there right now, and I have the roll aluminum foil in there. It's not getting hot at all. It's not smoking or doing anything crazy on me like that. It works. And I just want to illustrate that so you guys know. I hope you appreciated the video. I hope you got something out of it. If you would, please subscribe to the channel. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Follow me on Instagram, ask questions if you like. And until next time, this is South Point Survival. Stay safe, and I'll see you out there. A lot of times this is a big problem because, what is that? Do you hear that? Well, somebody got excited about this review. I tell you what. What's going on over there? It's getting crazy out here. Things are getting real. It's raining. Birds are going crazy. Daggone cats running around here. I seen 2 squirrels and a daggone little red fox over there. Gee, boy, I tell you what, this thing's getting to be like a wild kingdom.